I want KLM untuk jadi komuniti yang sangat strong.
Manifesto will organize more program inclusive for all KLM community.
Kita pun dapat mudahkan lagi student untuk datang ke KLM.
Kita takkan dengan satu course saja. Kita akan dengan semua.
Brothers and sisters, we have come to the part that we all have been waiting for.
Kita jangan pernah fikir apa yang kita belajar dekat universiti ni sudah cukup.
What I love about KLM is a perfect place for us to study.
With the very strong bonding, kami boleh lalui dan kami boleh put KLM pada tahap yang kami impikan.
Setiap orang tu memegang tanggungjawab. Even dalam hadis Rasulullah pun ada tegaskan setiap orang tu adalah pemimpin.
Banyak je ilmu yang kita belajar yang tak ada pun dalam bidang yang kita belajar sekarang ni.
Learn something not only from your role but from others. It's going to be beneficial because you know yourself best.
So, ada pepatah Arab cakap apa tau? Fakidu syai' la yu'tin. Kalau kita tak dapat nak beri apa-apa, macam kita takkan nak dapat benda tu. Lebih kurang macam itulah.
I want KLM untuk jadi komuniti yang sangat strong.
Manifesto will organize more program inclusive for all KLM community.
Kita pun dapat mudahkan lagi student untuk datang ke KLM.
Kita takkan dengan satu course saja. Kita akan dengan semua.
Brothers and sisters, we have come to the part that we all have been waiting for.
Kita jangan pernah fikir apa yang kita belajar dekat universiti ni sudah cukup.
What I love about KLM is a perfect place for us to study.
With the very strong bonding, kami boleh lalui dan kami boleh put KLM pada tahap yang kami impikan.
Setiap orang tu memegang tanggungjawab. Even dalam hadis Rasulullah pun ada tegaskan setiap orang tu adalah pemimpin.
Banyak je ilmu yang kita belajar yang tak ada pun dalam bidang yang kita belajar sekarang ni.
Learn something not only from your role but from others. It's going to be beneficial because you know yourself best.
So, ada pepatah Arab cakap apa tau? Fakidu syai' la yu'tin. Kalau kita tak dapat nak beri apa-apa, macam kita takkan nak dapat benda tu. Lebih kurang macam itulah.
I want KLM untuk jadi komuniti yang sangat strong.
Manifesto will organize more program inclusive for all KLM community.
Kita pun dapat mudahkan lagi student untuk datang ke KLM.
Kita takkan dengan satu course saja. Kita akan dengan semua.
Brothers and sisters, we have come to the part that we all have been waiting for.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning I bid to all audiences. We will start our session today by reciting Furqan Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the Manifesto Presentation Day 2. Today we will have a manifesto presentation for the second contesting division, which is Culture and Arts. Before we start, let me explain the timeline of Kuliah of Languages and Management Student Society, Klmss 2022 election from 9th until 30th of December 2021. The application for Klmss 2022 will open to all students. Due to some unfortunate event that occurred in Malaysia, the election had been postponed until 60th of January 2022. We start our first manifesto presentation on 19th of January for the first contesting division, which is public relations. We are having second manifesto presentation for culture and arts, which is today on 20th of January 2022. Followed by 21st January Islamic Affair, 22nd of January Vice President 2, 23rd of January Vice President 1, and the highlight of the campaign period is the presidential debate. The presidential debate will be held on 24th of January 2022. Last but not least, we as the honorable students of KLM need to fulfill our responsibility by casting our vote on 25th of January 2022. That's all about our election timeline. We move on to the next agenda. I would like to introduce 4 contesting candidates for Culture and Art divisions. First candidate is Sister Fatiha binti Muhammad Fauzi, a third year first semester student of NCOM. Second candidate is Sister Nurul Izzah binti Abdul Jalil, third year first semester NCOM student. Third candidate for Culture and Art division is Sister Farah Suraya Izzat binti Farizan, third year first semester NCOM student. Last but not least, Sister Anis Sabrina binti Shamsuri, TMGT student, second year second semester student. Okay. Let's proceed to our main agenda, which is manifesto presentation itself. I would like to remind all candidates as you need to adhere with your time allocations for this manifesto presentation, which is 5 until 10 minutes. I repeat, I'm sorry, 8 until 10 minutes. I repeat, 8 until 10 minutes. For our fellow audiences, you are encouraged to ask constructive questions for our lovely candidates, as your question will help us to determine who are the best for us to lead our KLM community into betterment. I would like to ask all our candidates today, are you ready for manifesto presentations? If you are ready, please give a sign such as thumbs up, okay, or whatsoever to show that you are ready for manifesto presentations. Okay, Sister Izzah okay, Sister Fatiha is okay, Sister Farah Suraya Izzah, are you okay? Are you ready for the manifesto presentation? Okay, and last but not least, Sister Anis, are you okay? Sister Anis, are you okay, all right? Okay. Okay, all candidates are ready. Without further ado, we start with our first candidate, Sister Fatiha Muhammad Fauzi. The floor is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings and good night to everyone. Good night to our MC, Sister Shaira. Sister Shaira, how are you tonight? Can I know?
Alhamdulillah, I'm okay. I'm just came back from Gunung Ledang.
Oh, that's really great to hear. So I would like to start by briefly introducing myself. My name is Fatiha binti Muhammad Fauzi. I am a third year first semester NCOM student. And before I go into further details about my manifesto, I would like to briefly mention about why I chose to compete in this division. Firstly, it's actually because I've been aiming to be in this division for such a long time. It is mainly because I am interested in, because culture and art is my area of interest, and is because for me, culture is something that is central um, to every group of society, and we can see it when every ethnic, every race have their own uniqueness, have their own differences that we can call culture, and it is something that we should be proud of. And for me, art is some kind of evidence for a society. They used to express themselves. We can see it when every generation of society, we have significant piece of art in every generation, and through that piece of art we could know how the society live in that certain uh, time or generation. So combining those two elements, for me, we could create something that is really interesting, hence why I am really interested to be in this division. And so if I have the chance to be in this division, I really like to create something that is really interesting for all. So moving on to my manifesto, my first manifesto is to create a good team to provide something beneficial to the other students. For me, having a good teams is something that is something crucial beyond anything else, because if we have a good goal, if we have a good plan or a big goal, without having a good team, we wouldn't be able to conduct the plan. So for me, having a good team is really important. So if I have the chance to be in this division, I am aware that as a leader, um, I should know how to channel my thoughts properly to my subcommittees, and I should know how to handle any issues, so that everything runs smoothly um, in whatever that my teams are conducting at that time. So I am confident that I could manage my team, because I have been in the position of subcommittees for a few times, and because I am an observant person, I am able to adapt, or I am able to take example from my previous team leader about how they manage their teams, about how they handle any issues happen. So if I could be in this division, I will make sure to apply all the skills that I have learned from my experience, the experience that has shaped me for what I am now, into my team. And my second manifesto is to make full use of culture and art division. Um, and make it live up to its name. This is when I have a lot of interesting ideas that I would want to contribute when I am in this division. Um, Firstly, I am really excited to organize some interesting programs for KLM students, because, as I mentioned before, culture and art is my area of interest. So I really want to instill the love for culture and art for all KLM students by the programs that I organize. Um, I would like to organize program that have some elements of entertainment while learning about culture. Um, of Based on my idea, I would like to um, insert some entertainments, like I know a lot of students like movies, dramas, or they like to use social media, because there's a lot of entertainments in it. So I would like to use those elements to conduct the program. Um, I would also think it would be interesting if we could learn about other culture through movies, So because I think that it will be fun, and we could learn at the same time. And other than that, through movies also we can learn about various cultures in various countries in this world. So I think that is really something that is global, and it's something that is beneficial for us. And other than that, other than um, giving exposure about culture in Malay in about other country. I would like to give exposure about the culture in Malaysia as well. In I would like KLM students to know more about Malay literature, because literature is a form of art, and in literature we could learn more about our culture. And actually there's a lot more about our classical Malay literature that we didn't know. I'm sure that most of us know about the movie Puteri Gunung Edang and such, but in Malaysia, it's because in Malaysia there's not much uh, cultural elements portrayed in the uh, and in the entertainment in movies or dramas, unlike the other culture like Koreans. So I would also want to use my chance. If I have the chance to be in this division, I would like to give exposure on the other classical Malay tales for the other students, because I think it is very interesting. And um, classical Malay tales, we could find a lot of useful messages or advices that the older generation pass on us. And through the classical Malay literature, we could learn, we could see how the Malay culture used to look like back then, like how they dress, how is the um, how is the way of living and such. So I think the way I want to do it is maybe I would use social media to channel the exposure that I want to give to all students, so that everyone could see and learn from it. And I think it's a really good approach, because all of us are stick with social medias most of the time. So I think that would be great to use social medias. Um, so yes, other than that, and lastly, in terms of art, I would also want to provide a platform where students could um, present their artistic talents, because I'm also highly interested in art as well. So I think it would be great if we as KLM student have our own platform, and maybe if it got a good reaction, we could do our own exhibition on art as well. So from that way, we could learn, we could know that about talents on our KLM students. So that is all from me. I hope everything is clear, and I open for any inquiries. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Fatiha, for such a very comprehensive manifesto just now. Okay, thank you, Sister Fatiha. And I would like to welcome our second candidate for today's session, with Sister Nurul Izzah binti Abdul Jalil. Sister Nurul Izzah?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, crystal
All
clear.
right, thank you.
Okay, Sister Izzah, okay. This is your turn to present your manifesto. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for our MC for tonight. Assalamualaikum everyone, especially for the candidates here and all the viewers. Okay, let me introduce myself first. I am Nurul Eza binti Abdul Jalil. I am an NCOM student. Currently, I'm in my third year, first semester. So to begin with, let me explain my vision. So my vision is to venture into new experience and knowledge so that I can improve myself and to contribute for the betterment for those people around me. So in this case, I want to contribute to the betterment of KLM society. Next, I would like to explain about my mission. My mission is to nurture the sense of responsibilities and also the pride toward our Malaysian cultures among KLM community through exposure and experience. Okay. Before this, I get to experience joining the subcommittee under KLMSS Culture and Art Division for 2019-2020. And then I work under Welfare Division as the subcommittee for previous tenure, and currently I join IIUM JOSA, Johor Students Association, under Dakwah and Welfare Division. So I would like to share the reasons why I have this intention to join KLM SS team, and it is related to my mission. Okay, first, I state in my mission that I want to nurture the sense of responsibility and pride toward our Malaysian cultures. Okay, I'm using the term cultures with S there, because we are a multicultural community. We come from different races and traditions. So when we talk about culture, usually it is related to the practice, to the nature of a human being who live in a group. So yeah, that explains how about us, the KLM communities. We come from different regions, but then we need to live together as a KLM society. So since we are living together here, don't you think that it is a great opportunity to get to know each other's culture? Okay, some might ponder, is it necessary to know about the culture? For me, definitely yes, because again, we are here together. We will always be in the situation where we need to deal with each other. Okay, we who come from various background. Okay, so knowing each other cultures could enable us to live in harmony, and we also can get to learn new things. Okay, so for me, it would be great. Other than that, I think it would be great if we could have our own identity. Like KLM identity, in which we could. I would like to have. I would like to make multilingualism as the culture of KLM. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so it is still related to my mission. Okay, in my mission also, I talk about um, okay, for the students to know about the precious culture is for them to be exposed with the culture, and for the student to experience the culture by themselves. So I'm sorry if you think that I do not talk much about the art aspect, because for me, the culture itself is a form of art. Okay, arts are indirectly embedded in the way we serve our food. Like we present it, the clothes that we wear, and also our traditional dance. So all of those tradition and culture is actually a form of art. Okay, so the concern about this issue made me realize that I should participate in KLM community to invite everyone to work together to make all these dreams come true. And due to the reason, I think and these manifestos should be helpful for us to achieve that, as I mentioned just now. So the first manifesto that I want to bring is that I want to introduce the cultural and historical aspect of MOA to KLM students by having programs in which we will collaborate with the local community, so that we also can have good relationship and good image. Okay, so when we when we further our study here, we know that we will be here for 4 years. Okay, so in that 4 years time, in that 4 year time, it will be such a waste if we do not enjoy our time here. Like we don't want to know what this place can offer us. So for the programs with the local, I would like to suggest that we have a program where we invite the orang asli from Lenga, from Wenchong, and also from Bukit Kepong areas, so we can know better about their life, about them basically. Also, we can learn about I think like there is a dialect in Pago which is spoken by the community in Pago and Lenga area, and that's a good thing if we manage to learn the dialect. And then I think that Pago and Mua has the historical value that it can offer. And other than that, okay, this is a fact. Mua actually has its own folklore. Okay, I think some of us might be familiar with the story of Lembing Awang Pulang ke Dayang. Okay, so that story originates the story originates from Mua. And yeah, I think that's so interesting. And yeah, we could relate. We can include all this information for and relate it with a future program if I were elected. Okay, another program that I think could be helpful for us is like to have language week. Okay, maybe we can connect with language club where we uh in that week we communicate by using only a language for a particular day. I think this is a way we can have the chance to use the language. And then um second manifesto, for my second manifesto is that I think I want to strengthen the bond between us. Okay, because the KLM community is a small community, but then the small community actually can create good memories, good relationship between each other. Okay. And I think that the previous program campaign by the KLMSS Art and Division, which is the Nurture the Culture campaign, is such a brilliant idea. And yeah, I think we can do a continuation from that program in which, okay, the program might expose the student with new knowledge. And I aspire to bring the experience to the student by having exhibition or maybe food festival. Okay. So I think that's all my manifesto. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. We listen about food and everybody is gonna be excited because food. Okay, thank you for our second candidate, Sister Iza Jalil, for such wonderful manifesto just now. Okay, we would like to open our floor to our third candidate for today, Sister Farah Suraya Izzat. Sister Farah Suraya Izzat, are you ready?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Without further
Hi
ado,
everyone.
sorry. Without further ado, let's you may start your manifesto presentation now.
Okay, hi everyone. Assalamualaikum. My name is Farash Raizat. You may know me as Izat. I'm a third year, first semester student of NCOM. And I'm not gonna like having to say like I have this and that because I cannot promise you anything. But I believe in fostering an inclusive and creative society, which I want it to have like a different, um, where the difference is celebrated and participation is valued. So for me, I think we should bring our own name to somewhere, which I said um, participation is valued. There's nothing really. I just hope that I can help Klmss students with culture and arts because I myself I really love art. So I love to see if I can make people love arts as much as I do. And I think as a KLM student, I think we are all like with confident in art especially. So I think if we have like a few programs that could help in boosting the confidence level, um, inshallah, we will be able to fight those low self-confidence and make it work. And other thing that I think is really what I want is that siapa lagi nak tahu culture and arts apart from us? I mean, we're the ones who are going to like inherit and tell our children about it. And if we are the one who don't know about it, what about our children then? Kita ni dah semakin modern and culture and arts is something that we might forget in the future. So I think we as a KLM students we need to um, know more about it so that we can use it even if in our daily life, and also we can tell it to everybody. And in KLM, I don't think we have classes like music class or like culture class. So I think this society is the perfect society um, to be the effective way for us to learn more on our culture. I mean, if we are not the one who creates the culture, we should be able to protect the culture. Um, I I don't think I can talk much because I am the one who cannot promise anything, but I will try my best to make this happen. So yeah, that's all for me.
Oh, okay. This is very short, but still meaningful
Yeah.
because it gives us like awareness about we need to take care of our culture because culture is our identity, right? Okay, thank you for our third
Yes.
candidate. Okay. Before we move forward to the fourth candidate, I would like to remind all of audiences you may drop your questions now for because all of your questions will be answered during Q&A session. Okay, please make sure that your question is like constructive question so we may um it may help us to choose to determine who is the best among the best. Okay, we proceed to the last candidate for today's session, the youngest one, Sister Anis Sabrina binti Shamsuri. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you may start now.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Shaira, and thank you for other candidates. My name is Anissa Binabiti Shamsri, and I am a second year, second semester TMGT student. And I'm also will be contesting for Division of Culture and Arts. And as for pardon if I'm a little bit nervous because all the other candidates seems very cultured um, than me. Okay, so this is my first time applying for a high composition, and I'm hoping that I could use up my skills and knowledge for the society and also for the students. And as for experience, I'm currently a subcom of PR division and also a PUB Pro subcom for French and Language Society. For other experience, I'm also experienced in working as a committee for Ta'arufik and also programs under Klmss, MRC, and I am, I would say I'm actively involved in program with non-IIM organization. So my mission is to create an engaging society through arts and culture, and my vision is to promote a creative and inclusive community among the students. As I believe culture isn't something that is limited only when it comes to races. I believe it goes beyond that, which is most likely to be when you are living with a group of people. Like for example, as students of KLM, we might have our own identity and also our own culture. So with that, I'm planning on instilling the culture of learning and exploring among the students. And that's why my manifesto is to encourage the students of KLM to be more involved in arts and culture, and as well as to provide platform for the students to showcase their skills and talents. So with all this experience I explained before, I might not be the best of the best, but I believe that I can try to apply what I've learned during my experience working as subcom and joining other events during my tenure, if I were to be chosen lah. And also, my planning is to, as I'm a TPHM tourism student, I'm planning on a program like Jelajah Kampung or something like that, maybe community-based tourism, so that I can apply what I learned in class and also apply it in our division, which is culture and arts. And also, as I mentioned before, I am actively involved in non-IIM program. And recently, I joined a program under University 11 Maret in Indonesia, and I actually won third place for e-poster, for e-poster, and the competition is actually joined by youth among by other international students, and I'm glad that I was able to got a place like third place even, and also other backstories is when I tell my friends I joined this program, they are interested to join them too, but they were not able to know about it. So I believe that if I can be in the position of being the spokesperson with other organization, I wish to also promote other programs other than IIM programs for the students. I guess that's all from me.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Anis. Like she used her own advantage as an TMGT student to be like to make her stand out in front of the rest candidate. Yes, because MJT is like a course that really related to culture. Like they use culture as one thing to promote the tourists to come to the place. Like push factor. Yes, I learned that during TPL M1301. Okay. I would like to remind all of you to drop your question at the comment box for our candidate to answer those questions. Okay. I think there's several questions in the chat box. Okay. It seems that all candidates already presented their own manifesto. Okay, let's move to the next part, which is Q&A session. Okay, to my lovely audiences, you may drop your question through live chat and make sure that your question is constructive and general for all candidates to answer that question. Okay, we already got one question from Sister Hazira. As a person who love and always learn about culture and art, and others too, we would like to know your 1 minute plan that you want to execute in order to enliven those things among KLM society. Okay, we start with our first candidate, Sister Fatiha. What is your answer for this question?
Okay, firstly, thank you, Sister Hazira, for the lovely question. To enliven those things among KLM society, as part of my plan, I would like to organize some movie nights where we can learn about other culture on international level. And second, I would like to organize a program where I could expose about Malay literature, as simple as postings on social media or maybe creating some posters about it to gain some attention among KLM students about our Malay literature. And lastly, I think it would be interesting if we can encourage KLM students to show their artistic talents. So by doing so, maybe I would organize some competition for students, like drawing competition that will help them to showcase their talent and to learn about culture at the same time by inserting some elements of culture in the competition. So that's all from me.
Okay, how about our second candidate for today, Sister Izzah Abdul Jalil? What is your answer for this question?
Alright, so my 1 minute plan that I want to execute in order to enliven those things. Okay, as I mentioned just now, some of the programs that I want to conduct is that, okay, first thing first is that my like the conduct of the activity is based on the based on expose and experience. Okay, so we will divide it into two categories. This first one, which is to expose the student with the culture, is by as I mentioned just now, like having the activities with the local community or with the community of Idu Hub. Okay, we have online talk where we invite the speakers of the mungkin like maybe like a local from Pago who speak the dialect, okay, so that he or she can enlighten us with the use of dialect, or maybe another thing that we can expose to the students is that um okay, I think that's all for the expose part. And then for the experience, I might want to stress on this part because there's a lot of things that we can do. For example, the exhibition, or maybe we can bring back the cultural night, or maybe we can do the a play on the story that I tell just now, which is the story of Lembing Awang Pulau Kedayang. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. How about tech candidate? Sister Izzat?
Hi. Okay. For me, my 1 minute plan is that this is the idea that I have for a long time, but I didn't really come down with it. But I would love to like make a competition where I know a lot of KM students love to write love to write pantun, and then we can make like a competition and everyone gets a chance to participate where it will help to boost confidence level, which I mentioned just now, and at the same time you will get your name. I mean, everyone can know your name. I mean, it's not only culture and arts, but it's your name with culture and arts. That is my 1 minute plan to in order to elevate the culture and arts for KL society. And that's it.
Okay. And what is your answer for this question, Sister Anis?
All right. First of all, thank you, Sister Hazira, for the question. And as mentioned during my introduction just now, I believe that engaging with the local during the tour maybe one of the most exciting and maybe fun way of experiencing and learning about new culture. I guess that's from me.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, we would like to proceed to second question from Sister Sophia Roni. May we know what program do any of you have in mind want to help during your tenure? Specific describe. And what programs do you think last tenure did give a big impact to students? Okay, we proceed to our Sister Anis, what it is? Mm, okay, we would like to ask our candidate, which is okay. Sister, you may open your camera. Is it okay for you? Do you have any problem? Okay. We would like to ask our Sister Fatiha for this question. Okay. What is your answer for this question?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Um, the programs that I have in mind is actually I don't want to be biased, but actually I'm really interested in art, like really interested. So the programs that I have in mind is mostly actually associated with like drawings, like mostly to arts, but I would also insert some cultural elements in the art competition. For example, if I organize one, um, so yeah, that's from me. And what programs do you think last tenure did give a big impact? Um, I saw some really interesting programs. that last tenure organized. But for me, the one that give impact for me the most is maybe the program Nurture the Culture, because I saw that every week there's a posting about that program. So I think that's really helpful to remind our students about our culture more, because I believe that if we do something consistently, it really help the students to uh, be reminded of it. So yeah, I think that's the program that give big impact.
Okay, thank you, Sister Fatiha. Okay, we proceed to the next candidate to answer this question. Okay, Sister Iza, what is your opinion for this question? Sister, open your mic.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. What programs I have in mind? Yeah, as I mentioned before, I think like exhibition, competition, cultural night, food festival could be a great idea. Uh, like for the KLM community to be together and uh, do the activity together, and the programs from the last tenure that give big impact. I think the nurture the culture campaign. Okay, it provides such a good exposure about the culture from various perspectives, from various regions, and yeah, that's a good thing for all the KLM society.
Okay, it seems that Nurture the Culture is one of the most program by last tenure, which I mean our tenure. Okay, we proceed to third candidate, Sister Izzat. What is your opinion about
Hi,
this
hi,
question?
hi. I'm back. Okay. For me, the program that I have in mind is maybe if we are in foundation, if you remember, we have like a literature exhibition, stuff like that. So if you're not from foundation, it's okay. Inshallah, we'll try to bring the culture and arts exhibition to KLM. Inshallah, we'll be back in Pago. Inshallah. So I would love to do that. I mean, like, we would love to have like a very good exhibition of culture and arts, getting the time to be introduced to the culture and arts. I think that would help us to. I mean, if you're not interested in culture and arts now, maybe that exhibition will help you to um, terusin sikit untuk suka culture and arts. So what program do you think too? I think the Nurture the Culture is very, very good program that they did last tenure. For me, I almost join every every event I join, because I think it's super dope. Like, I learned a lot about culture last year, so that's my answer.
Okay, thank you, Sister Izzat. And we proceed to last candidate, Sister Anis.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the question. I'm planning, as mentioned, since the passion, we also offered course like tour operation, and maybe we can collab with this. Klmss can collab with the students to involve other students to join the tour, so that students can be more can explore about local and somewhere around Johor. And other than that, I'm planning maybe mencanting batik program, because I've done that and it's kind of relaxing. So it doesn't hassle the student to go somewhere like so far from the mahala. And as for the programs from last year, I believe that the food review and also the as mentioned by other candidates, or they are very, very good initiative from them, so that the students can learn more about our culture. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for this question. Okay, we proceed to next question by Sister Farah Surhana Sofia. Oh, she's the candidate for Vice President 1. Okay, she is asking, what culture would you like to promote most? Why do you think it's worth promoting to KLM student? We start with Sister Iza. What is your opinion?
Sister Izzat, my name is Izzat. um, okay, for me, thank you, Farah Sarada, for giving me this question because um, I think this is what we need to know the most. For me, the culture that I would like to promote is that I really want to learn about other states like Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang, Johor, other states in Malaysia because I think we don't know enough of Malaysia. Why would we go and learn other culture? Like we are in Malaysia. So I would love to promote more of Pago itself, more itself. So it is worth promoting because we're Malaysian and we need to know about it. And because we live in Malaysia, why would we not know about it? So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sister Izzat, for the answer. Okay, proceed to next candidate, Sister Anis.
As for me, just like Sister Izzat said just now, I believe that um, exploring and learning about our Malay culture is more important because in KLM itself, a lot of us and majority of us are Malay, and Malay doesn't only like Malay. We also have Malay from Kelantan, Johor, and Terengganu, so we can maybe explore more about Malay from different states, especially about their food because everyone seems to love food. So I guess that's it.
Okay, thank you. We proceed to next candidate, Sister Fatiha.
Okay, thank you for the question. What culture would you like to promote the most? I think the culture that I would like to promote the most, actually I've mentioned it in my manifesto. I would like to promote Malay culture in terms of literature because I think I noticed that in terms of literature, most of us didn't really pay attention. Like, yes, we mostly know about food in Malaysia, like clothing, but we didn't pay much attention on literature. So I would like to give exposure on Malay literature. That's all from me.
Okay, last one, Sister Iza. What is your opinion on this question?
Okey, baik, pertama sekali, maafkan saya kerana saya menggunakan bahasa Melayu untuk menjawab soalan ini. Jadi, untuk menjawab soalan ini, culture yang saya rasa, um, yang kita boleh promote, yang berbaloi untuk dipromotkan yang berbaloi untuk dipromot kepada, KLM, kepada pelajar-pelajar KLM ialah, budaya, menggunakan maaf, budaya menggunakan budaya seperti yang saya sebutkan tadi iaitu multilingualism ataupun mempunyai kebolehan lebih daripada satu bahasa. Bagi saya perlu untuk kita mempunyai budaya tersebut kerana kita merupakan pelajar yang belajar di kampus yang memfokuskan kepada pembelajaran bahasa dan juga komunikasi. Jadi sesuai dengan apa yang kampus kita fokuskan. Jadi saya rasa itu mungkin kita boleh kaitkan dengan apa yang kita belajar juga pengalaman kita di sini, iaitu yang culture budaya yang saya sebutkan tadi lah untuk belajar dan bertutur lebih daripada satu bahasa tu. So bila kita gabungkan pengalaman kita untuk menggunakan bahasa dan juga apa yang kita belajar daripada kampus, benda tu akan menjadi bermanfaat lah untuk kita amalkan, untuk kita lakukan. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you, Sister Iza. Okay, we will have to proceed with next question. Okay. Okay, committee. Where's the next question? Okay. Oh, the third question. The next question is came from Sister Nuhazira. It seems that Sister Nuhazira is a really productive student and she asking a lot of questions. You guys need to take example from her. Okay. This is so good. Okay, her question is from your POV point of view, do you think LM society is actually enlivening the culture of art, the culture and art? If yes, why? If not, why? Wow, such all very critical questions. Okay, you may answer the question now, this is Iza.
Okay, terima kasih untuk soalan tersebut. Bagi saya, ya. Memang kita di KLM ini begitu, maksudnya budaya dan kesenian ini sangat dekat sebab kita ada kelab-kelab yang contohnya Impact, kita ada kelab bahasa yang mana itu semua berkaitan dengan budaya, berkaitan dengan seni. Tapi
Our sister Iza, okay. Oh, okay. May you have repeat again your answer because you are lagging for a while. So,
ya
and
ke?
you are saying,
Alamak.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. We are waiting for your question. Just take your pace. Okay. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay.
Okay.
You may.
Jelas ke sekarang? Hello?
It's clear. It's okay. It's clear.
Okay. Bagi saya, pelajar di KLM ni sangat involved lah, sangat rapat dengan kegiatan kebudayaan, kesenian. Jadinya saya rasa budaya itu ada tetapi ianya tidak meluas. Sebab dia cuma terarah kepada mereka yang sertai persatuan ataupun kumpulan-kumpulan tersebut. Tapi tidak kepada mereka yang tak sertai lah. Jadi mungkin kita boleh galakkan penyertaan daripada lebih ramai lagi pelajar-pelajar di KLM ini supaya lebih terlibatlah dengan apa juga aktiviti kesenian, kebudayaan yang ada dekat KLM.
Okay. Okay, we proceed to next candidate, Sister Izzat. With T. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
You may answer the question.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Hello. Okay. Okay. My answer for this question is actually a yes and a no, because I think it's a yes because some of the students really use arts and culture in their daily life, but for some people it does not. So I think if you choose me as the head of this society, inshallah, I will try to enliven the culture and arts for KLM students. And that's all.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Izzat. And we proceed to Sister Anis. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sister Azra, for the question. And in my POV, I believe the answer is yes, because we have many clubs that is quite related to arts and culture, such as Rentak Club and maybe Kizuna Club. And we also in KLM we also offer subjects like minor in Mandarin, minor in Japanese, and also minor in Korean. And in this minor, they also teach us about other culture as well. So the scope is very big in KLM, and I think that's great. I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Anis. Okay, we proceed to the next question from the audience. Sorry. We proceed with Sister Fatiha for, as the last candidate for this question.
Okay, my answer is yes, because all the clubs that are available in KLM are trying their best to enliven the culture and art, but maybe some of the students didn't really see the improvement because we are a small community. So we shouldn't compare to other campus like that. But in context of KLM, I think yes, actually in KLM, the culture and art already and enlivened. So yes.
Okay, thank you, Sister Fatiha. And we proceed to the next question. Okay. Okay, this is question. This question came from Fatih Munir, or he is a candidate for president. He asks, as a person who always involved with art and culture, is there any plan to ensure our culture and art are as high established like Gombak? I envy Gombak with their art performance so much. Thank you. Okay, Sister Fatihah, you may answer this question.
Okay, thank you for the question. That's a really interesting question. Um, of course, yes. If possible, yes, I would like to have a plan to ensure our culture and arts is high established. But as I said before, as we are a small campus and we are a small community, maybe it will be challenging for us to really make it big like Gombak. But probably also it's probably because in KLM we didn't have any fixed club for art, so I think it is a challenge, but inshallah, if I have the chance to be in this division, I would try my best to make it happen, inshallah. Thank you.
Okay, for the next candidate, Sister Iza, what is your answer?
Okay, untuk menjawab soalan ni, bagi saya bersetuju dengan jawapan daripada saudari Fatihah tadi, yang mana agak tidak adil untuk kita membandingkan kampus Gombak yang memang dah lama terlibat dengan, dah lama ada aktiviti-aktiviti sebegitu, dengan kita yang baru setahun jagung ni. Tapi tu juga tak boleh dijadikan alasan untuk tidak berkembanglah aktiviti kebudayaan dan kesenian di sini. Jadinya mungkin inisiatif yang kita boleh ambil ialah mereka yang terlibat ataupun mereka yang mempunyai authority dalam kumpulan-kumpulan ataupun organisasi boleh lebih mendekati pelajar-pelajar KLM dan juga lebih mempromosi dan cuba untuk menarik perhatian mereka, kerana saya bercakap berdasarkan pengalaman lah. Sebelum ni saya pernah sertai satu kelab di mana yang pada ketika itu saya agak malu untuk bergaul, untuk dekat dengan ahli-ahli kumpulan organisasi tersebut. Jadi saya melihat itu sebagai satu halangan untuk mereka yang mungkin ada perasaan seperti saya, malu. Mereka mahu untuk sertai tapi malu. Jadi mungkin mereka yang ada di organisasi itu boleh mendekatilah pelajar-pelajar yang tidak berada dalam organisasi mereka ni untuk terlibat dalam aktiviti-aktiviti mereka. Terima kasih.
Okay, we move on to the next candidate. Okay, Sister Izzat. Please unmute your mic.
Okay, that is funny. Okay. Okay. Is there anything that I want to establish as high as Gombak? So basically, I think what he meant, is it a he? Okay, I think it's a he. He meant is that the what we call play, the theater that we did. I mean, in Gompa, you can see there's like a huge theater is like a huge thing there, and I think you cannot compare, but you can actually because we're still students. But you cannot compare as they have been there for so long. So I think inshallah we can do as better as them. And inshallah, if you choose me as one of it, I know that I cannot promise you the world, but inshallah, I will try to give you things that is as beautiful as the world. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Izzat. And how about you, Sister Anis?
First of all, thank you, Brother Fatul Muni, for the question. And as for me, I believe that we can do collaboration with other campus, other university in Pago, because we are in Eduhub Pago. And as we might know that UTHM, Poly, and the other university there might involve a lot of other culture like Indian and Chinese. So maybe if we collaborate with them for maybe like a cultural night or a cultural concert, something like that, I believe we can do our own Umatik Week, and maybe if we were to collab with IIM Gombak, we can bring our own team to perform there as well, because we have established clubs such as FM and Renta, as I mentioned before. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Um, okay, we proceed to the next question by Sister Sophia Rani. Okay, this is the second question from her. She asks, I believe Pago campus are quite left behind than other campus on cultural activity and programs. Therefore, may we know what is your initiative to make sure Pago campus can work together with others? Okay, we would like to welcome our first candidate,
Okay, thank you,
Sister
Sophia, already
Anis.
for the question. And I would say that it's kind of unfair to say that we are like maybe behind IIM Gopak, because we are like a new campus, so we might still finding our way to do this and to do that. But as I mentioned in previous question by Brother Fatul, I believe that we can collab with them, because we are still in one university, so it won't be a problem for us to do the same thing as what IIM Gombak has applied for their students. Yeah, I think that's all for my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Anis. We proceed to next candidate, Sister Fatiha.
Okay, thank you for the question. My initiative to make sure Pago campus can work together with others. I think as part of my initiative, I would like to provide a platform for all KLM students to showcase their talent. As I say in my manifesto, I want to make good use. I want to make full use of culture and art division and make it live up to its name. So, if I have the chance to be in this division, I would want to prepare a platform for KLM students to showcase whatever the talents that they have. And encourage them to show it, so that by that way we can organize exhibition or persembahan like that. So yes, that's all from me.
Okay, we proceed to the next candidate, Sister Iza.
Okay, so the answer for this question is that I think we need to consider a few elements when we want to, when we want to improve the culture and arts activity in our campus. So I remember this one quote, which is, if you can't beat them, join them. So like we cannot beat the main campus compa, because they have more experience than us and whatever. So yeah, we can use them as a platform, like use them as a platform to first to encourage the participation from our students, and then to enhance the skills and and then to boost the confidence. So when our students are already comfortable with this activity, with this situation, only then we can do better and like expand our activity to more bigger to bigger platform. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Iza. And the last one, Sister Izzat.
Okay, hi again. Um, my initiative to make sure Pago campers can work together with others. I think we are still in our baby steps, which means that we are just established and we cannot like okay, I want to be like Gombak. No, we cannot do that. We need to like take step by step. So I think my initiative just like what Eza Jali said, if you cannot be them, follow them. Is that right? I can't remember. But if we cannot be like them, we can create our own. We can create our own. We can be our own. So the initiative is that we can collab with them, but we need to bring our own um, value, our own recall self, and that's how we can make sure that Pago campers can work together with others. I think that's all for me.
Okay, Pego also can. Okay, thank you, Sister Izzat. Okay, okay, we would. How about you, Sister Anis? Okay. This is education from Brother Adi, Ahmad Adi. Oh, he is contesting for Islamic affair. That's why his question is like Islamic affair, like ada baik-baik Islamic affair. Okay, he asked, tumpang tanya, adakah semua calon berkehendak menyelitkan Islamic culture di kampus Pago? Thanks in advance. Okay, tafadhal.
Okay, thank you, Brother Adik, for the question. And I believe Islamic culture is also including the the needs of seeking knowledge. So I believe bila ada je program apa-apa Islamic culture yang kita boleh applykan adalah dengan mengajar students dekat di IIUM Pagu tentang culture and arts melalui program yang kita buat. And also I believe that if we weren't even gonna make programs like malam kebudayaan Islam or something like that, I believe we can also apa orang panggil ambil ibrah. Orang kata ambil ibrah daripada setiap program yang kita buat. Macam as long as we learn about it, then I believe that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, we proceed to the next candidate, Sister Fatihah. Where is Sister Fatihah? Oh, Sister Iza. Maybe she have a little bit problem with internet. Okay, can you answer this question, Sister Iza?
Ya, saya. Okay, untuk menyelitkan budaya Islam dalam kampus Pagoh, bagi saya budaya itu dah sedia ada dah. Cuma mungkin kita boleh mantapkan lagi dan mungkin kita boleh improve lah dari segi pelaksanaan dia kan. Mungkin kita boleh strictkan sikit sebab you know that budaya Islam kat sini agak tidak ketat lah kalau nak dibandingkan dengan kampus yang lain. Pada pendapat saya lah. Jadinya saya rasa budaya Islam ni sangat perlu dan juga dia sebenarnya adalah salah satu cara hidup. Like, apa yang kita buat pun memang kita ada selitkan unsur-unsur Islam tu. Jadi bagi saya itulah pelaksanaan yang baru tu mungkin tidak perlu, tapi mungkin kita boleh lebih ketatkan ataupun kita boleh tambahkan lagi unsur-unsur Islam dalam apa juga aktiviti yang kita lakukan. Sekian daripada saya.
Okay, it's true that Islam is the best way of life. Okay, let's proceed to next candidate, Sister Izzat. Okay, how you want to implement Islamic culture in our campus?
Okay, I'm sorry tadi tersasul. It's pago, okay. Sebab dia tanya dalam bahasa Melayu, jadi kita jawab dalam bahasa Melayu, okay. Tempat tanya, adakah semua calon berkehendak menyediakan Islamic culture di kampus Pago? Thanks in advance. Okay, for me, pada saya memang nak menyelitkan Islamic culture because I think we are all Muslim. Even though there are some are not Muslim, that's how we do it. I mean, we can help them, encourage them to know more about Islam. And for us, I don't think we have had enough of Islamic knowledge. Kita sampai bila-bila ilmu tu takkan pernah cukup. Jadi I think even though kita dah Islam, dekat Pago tu sendiri kita kena mantapkan lagi keislaman di Pago. So I think that is my answer.
Okay, we proceed to the last candidate for this very IUM-ish question, Sister Fatihah.
Okay, sudah semestinya jika saya sudah semestinya saya ingin menyelipkan Islamic culture di kampus Pagu, tetapi saya juga rasa Islamic culture sudah sedia ada, cuma untuk menguatkan lagi mungkin saya boleh mengimplementasikan beberapa program yang berunsurkan Islamik, dan saya rasa benda tu boleh tidak mustahil untuk dijalankan kerana semua kita adalah majoriti adalah Melayu dan Muslim, so saya rasa ia dapat dijalankan. Dan ya, adakah semua calon? Ya, saya jika berpeluang saya ingin menyelitkan Islamic culture.
Okay, it seems that all our candidates would like to implement Islamic culture in our campus. Okay, don't worry, brother Adib. Okay, this is okay. This question came from Sister Farah again. Okay, Sister Farah asks, great answer, candidates. Okay, another question: what about Chinese, Indian, and other ethnic cultures? How can we include these cultures in Klmss's program? Yes, you did mention about Malay and Islam. How about another culture? Okay, we proceed with our first candidate for this question, Sister Izzah.
Okay, untuk menjawab soalan ini, bagaimana caranya untuk kita libatkan bangsa-bangsa lain punya budaya dalam KLM ya. Saya bersetuju dengan pendapat salah seorang calon tadi, yang mana dia mencadangkan untuk kita buat aktiviti bersama dengan pelajar-pelajar pada UTHM, sebab diorang pun datang daripada pelbagai etnik, pelbagai bangsa kan. Itu satu idea yang baik, yang mana kita apa jua aktiviti yang kita lakukan di sini, kita cuba jemput mereka untuk sama-sama buat aktiviti dengan kita, ataupun mungkin kita boleh buat satu aktiviti bersama penduduk ataupun komuniti di Pekan Pancung, sebab dekat situ kita boleh tengok ada golongan daripada bangsa India dan juga bangsa Cina, okay. Dan yang menariknya, ada antara mereka yang contohnya dia berbangsa Cina tetapi dia ada kebolehan untuk bercakap atau bertutur dalam dialek Jawa, dan juga India yang boleh bertutur dalam bahasa Mandarin. Jadi ya, saya rasa untuk lakukan aktiviti bersama mereka mungkin dengan aktiviti yang mudah, contohnya seperti kita buat gotong royong sambil-sambil kita bertegur sapa dengan mereka, mungkin itu adalah salah satu cara lah yang boleh kita lakukan untuk kita sedikit tahu tentang culture, tentang budaya daripada bangsa-bangsa yang lain. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you Izzah, Sister Izzah for the answer. Okay, we proceed to next candidate. Okay, Sister Fatihah.
Okay, thank you for the question, Farah Surhana. That's a really interesting question. If before Sister Izzah want to include the other community as part of the program, Sister Izzah want to have a program that involve people. But if for me, maybe I would conduct a simple way to introduce the culture of other ethnic, like maybe just among KLM student we can organize maybe cooking competition, but we uh, cook the dishes from the other ethnic. I think that would be really interesting because um, I think it's a rare competition uh, held in Pago. I think it's never been held before. So I think that's a really interesting way to make KLM students interested to participate and be aware of culture of other ethnic. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Fatiha. How about you, Sister Anis?
Thank you, Sister Farah, for the question. And I believe, as in my personal opinion, since I'm very very like food, I believe that we can help do a program like maybe entrepreneurship day, so that other students from UTHM they can also join us to be part as a seller, so they can promote their traditional food like mooncake and all, so that we can indirectly learn about their traditional food, and maybe we can also apply their culture at the same time. I guess that's all for me.
Okay, I think that's okay. There's a last question. Okay, the last candidate for our for Sister Izzat. What is your answer for this question?
Okay, for me, pretty sure we have like Sekolah Jenika Bahasa Cina, India and Tamil and stuff like that in Pago. So I think we can make use of them to like learn their culture. Kita ni bukan belajar daripada orang tua je. We can learn from budak-budak as well. So I think that is the best way for us to like learn Chinese culture, Indian culture, and other culture as well. And together with TPHM or Polytechnic students, I think Polytechnic students is very helpful. Their Indian students are very very helpful. So I think we can learn from them of their culture. So I think that it.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Sister Izzat. Okay, I think um, that's all. That's the only Q&A session for today. And yeah, um, all right. It seems that we already have reached the end of our program for tonight. Okay, thank you. First one, I'm really sorry if there are some questions that we don't answer because we already restricted by time. We are apologize for that part. And also, please stay tuned and follow our social media accounts on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for more information regarding about KLMSS 2022 election. Don't forget that we have another manifesto presentation tomorrow for another division, last contesting division, which is Islamic Affair, one of crucial division in KLMSS. At the same time, 9 p.m., at the same channel, KLMSS Student Society. Finally, to all candidates, please ensure to observe your ethic and adab while campaigning. It's okay. You are encouraged to be creative while campaigning. At the same time, avoid any controversy. We bid you good night and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.